Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy Tommy here, and we are live. Happy Sunday, happy Easter for those who celebrate. Hope everyone had a relaxing weekend. Wallets took a break this weekend too. Nothing really eventful. Dropped at all. No restocks, no new drops. But we do have a few drops this week coming up that are worth talking about. So that's why I figured we go live today, kind of chop it up a little bit. What's going on, everybody? Exploding, TH, Blue Bunny, C-Vids, what up, what up? Hope everybody had a great Easter, spent time with the family. Kind of brought you back to what this is really all about, right? Why we work so hard, why we do what we do. The end of the day, it's for the family, right? What's going on today, guys? So first off, I'd like to apologize about the stream for the unions. I displayed my card and I had to shut it down and call my bank and stop the card, transfer all the money out of my account into another account. It was a shit show, so definitely apologize about that. But I had to delete the video, so, but doesn't take away from the experience. We still I hit a size 9.5. I ended up clicking the link that AK dropped that brought me back to my cart because I was unable to see the sizes. When I clicked on the link, there was no sizes. It was just showing the shoe. So AK dropped the link saying if you had a shoe in your cart before on the first drop, click this link. I clicked it, the shoe was there, and I was able to check out. What's going on, boss? What's going on, everybody? Coldness, Blue Bunny, yeah. Yep, never get to see the tattoos. Normally it's freezing in my house, but today it was extremely hot outside. So in the morning and at nighttime it's hot. I mean, it's cold, but it does get a little warm in the house during the afternoon because it's about 100 degrees outside. So the air conditioner is constantly struggling to keep it 60 degrees in my house. So let's go over. So tomorrow, now I have a few questions and I'm sure you guys will be able to answer it. But so these are not Vans dropping tomorrow. These Wavy Babies, they're not Vans, right? Question mark. Because they're on the same site. Unbeknownst to me, I just clicked on it. Unbeknownst to me, they're on the same site as the Jesus shoes, the Satan shoes, and these things. I've never even seen these before. Yeah, I manual the teal box logo and I decided against it. Prices are not looking good on either. So I decided against it completely. So so then this, are you going to Orlando? I am not. No, I'm not going to Orlando. So then this is a collab then with Tyga and Mschf then. This has nothing to do with Vans. This is completely separate from them altogether. They have no affiliation with this. Is that what it is? They're getting sued. Well, everything on here, supposedly they had issues. Air Force Ones. Wait, are those? Yeah, Air Force Ones. Bape is the only place that's allowed to copy the Air Force One. Only Bathing Ape, no one else. And then obviously the 95s. And then these. So there's already an issue then with these Wavy Babies, correct? I'm assuming there's already an issue then. Okay, well, I guess that's what's making them so popular then, right? That's what makes this brand so popular, is that they just copy silhouettes of major brands, and the hype around the legality of it more than anything, because it's an ugly shoe. This shoe will not do well. If Tyga's name was off of this and Vans was in replace of it, the shoe would sit. So the legality of it being semi, you know, illegal to copy is what's going to push the value of this shoe, because they're banging. Prices are banging. I mean, I looked at them earlier, and there hasn't been many sales, but yeah, prices are decent. My only issue, I mean, we'll go for them. But yeah, I mean, they've been selling for a decent. Tomorrow at 12. More than likely won't release unless Vans and their brand gets most of the profit from it, which Mschf will more than likely not want. But here's the thing. The same issue with the 95s, the Satans and the other ones arose, and they did it anyways. Now look at these. This was the other shoe. These are going for nothing, because there was probably absolutely no legality issue towards it whatsoever. And these, in my honest opinion, look way better than the Wavy Babies. So, I mean, we'll go for it just because, I don't know. Is it going to be a raffle? Or is it going to be like a drop, like where you add to cart and you go to check out? Because that's never happened on this site, right? They've never had like a checkout process on this. You weren't able to check out the Satans or anything like that, right? I thought it was just a raffle. Didn't they send a lot of the Satans to YouTubers? Like, that's where they did with all the stock. What, didn't that all go to the YouTubers? Like, did anyone jump on the app and purchase a pair? Let me check out this app. Mschf app. What a fucking shit show. It was all YouTube. Okay. Well, we'll see tomorrow. That's the only thing that's really dropping tomorrow, supposedly. Nike may come with something at 10 o'clock, like they generally do. Somewhat of a shock drop. We may get a few pairs of Dunks this week. Kith is doing their Monday program. And then that's really it until the 22nd. So on the 22nd, it's interesting. So I don't know if foams are going to be the 22nd or the 23rd, but Union supposedly is doing their worldwide release on the 22nd of the Gray Fog, but we also are supposed to have foams too. Now, because of the MNBNs, the timer is not up yet for the foams, so we don't know whether or not it's going to be on Friday or Saturday. Yeah, we don't know whether or not it's going to be Friday or Saturday. But we shall see. I mean, that's going to be a hell of a day to be running Shopify for foams and unions. I just don't now, because I know that Yeezy Supply or Yeezy doesn't care about Nike drops. So they're not going to schedule their drops around Nike, but that's going to be a shit show. Sites are going to be slammed. All you're going to get is a bunch of errors. It's going to be a hell of a day. Especially on sites like Kith and BBI and BBC and all that. But so let's see. I think foams is going to be Saturday. That would be better. If we could focus on one at a time, we could bang out unions on Friday, and then we can jump to foams on Saturday, that would be great. Just to give you an insight into my setup. So I did renew Valor again for another month. I am going to be running 2 instances of Valor, 2 instances of Mech and Prism. I might rent Wrath, and I may run Night. So I may rent a daily server from Sauce and put Night and Wrath on there and just go through AYCD and see what happens. So, but I need to take stock on these foams. I need as many as possible. Daniel, yeah, so it may drop Friday. As of right now, they're saying 22nd or 23rd. So we don't know yet. We'll know after MNVNs drop. Once they drop, then raffles will start going up for the foams, and we'll get a scheduled release date for that. I got Valor through a group buy in AK, and then if you join Carbon, which is Valor's cook group, you're able to renew Valor at $200 a month. So, what up, Henry? 6 trickles, 1 Whatbot, 1 Mech, 1 Valor. Nice. That's a good setup. Yeah, Trickle is definitely doing their deal. Are you able to rent extra instances of Trickle? Or you have 3 copies of like 3 keys at 2 instances a key? How many bots can you have running through AYCD at the same time? As many as you want. As many as you can handle. You can as I got Trickle now, 2 copies for me. Nice. So if you double click, if you create categories on your AYCD, let me see if I can't show you real quick what I'm talking about. I'm trying to see something here. Where was that? Where I was able to send. How come I can't do that? I used to be able to send, like with one API key, I could send it to this group of Gmails with this API key, so I could direct which bot I want to go to which group of Gmails that I have running. So I could have a specific group of Gmails for each bot and then just direct the API key there. But now I don't see that now for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I used to be able to see it right away. For some reason, I don't see it anymore. Why don't I see it? They updated AYCD, right? But how do I direct my API keys to specific Gmails now? Or can I not do that? You have to group them. It's still there. I do. I have multiple groups running. So I have, hold on. So I have multiple groups running, but where do I go to send them? You have to read the update. Gotcha. Okay. I'll look into it. I will look into it. Can I post their link? No, I mean, I'm not stopping you, but I don't allow links in the chat only because, I mean, you can send it to me via DM if you want. You like the idea of me buying Haya due to it being the only thing that cooked NB last week? Yes and no. So I ran Haya and I like it, right? But I just don't think NB releases frequent enough to justify the $50 or $60 renewal every month. Look, AYCD Discord under announcements. Okay, got you. Thank you, bro. I'll take a look at that. But let's go ahead and take a look at these foam runners. And it looks like for a very short period of time, they had the what was the name of the shoe that's supposed to be dropping? The Turtle Doves released on the 30th, but now that's gone. It was fast as fuck. One duplicate canceled. I never got one checkout with Haya. I sold it to somebody for like $50 or $75 or something like that. Bro, you want to hear the biggest L I took this weekend? So I bought NSB when I first started botting, like 2 or 3 months in. And with NSB, I bought it through PayPal and it set up a subscription and I forgot to cancel the subscription. So I woke up to a notification yesterday charging me $350 for another renewal of NSB. So that was my L this weekend. Of course, I've emailed them and said, you gotta refund me or I'm just going to dispute the charge because I haven't ran NSB in almost 8 months now, or 7 months. So yeah, it was a big L, a huge L. On top of Union taking out $500 for their fucking fuck up. Another $350 on top of that. It's just absolute pandemonium. Because see, look, they have this. Sneaker News has this for April, but I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Because they also have this coming out on the 16th, so they're completely wrong. Haya will get the... I just stopped my Haya. You know what's crazy is that generally there's not much stock. There must have been a lot of stock on that Joe Fresh release. And Unknown canceled both of my pickup orders for my Miami pickups. They canceled both of them. Guys, smash that like button if you're just joining. Please, let's run it up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. We go live every single drop. Well, not every drop, but every major drop. We go live. We do a setup and then we do a live cop. We're going to start going live every Sunday right around the same time, just to chop it up a little bit about the releases, what to expect, things like that throughout the week. And also, if you're new here and you need Discord, you need bot help, whether it's setting up a new bot, whether it's AYCD, whether it's Kylan or Gmails, proxies, I do have a Discord. It is one-on-one. You do get as much help as you need. And it is $10 initial and then $10 every month after that. Union charges, nope, still on. Haya Cooks NMB, bro. Yeah, I tried running one time for the ALDs and I just got a bunch of declines. That was it. Union was fun, got too many charges, still got a manual. Same. Yeah, same. I hit a manual too at the very, very end. You think slides drop on the 16th of May? Yeah, so there's a restock of the Onyx and the Pures on the 16th of May, or in May. I don't know if the date's been confirmed yet. But on the 16th is when... I'm trying to find a site that has actual valid... There we go. The 22nd is what it looks like it's scheduled for. So full-size run on the Sulfurs. You think these will do better than the Stone Sages? I think they very well may. It's like a pure colorway. Well, it's lighter than a pure colorway, right? Let me see. Yeah, it is. It's more yellow than a pure colorway. No shot? You don't think so? So if you receive the email comp for unions, they sticking. That's what they tweeted. They tweeted if you got confirmation, you're good. Stone Sages are supposed to drop with those. Yeah, they're going to restock together. But I'm just trying to get your idea of what you think, because the Stone Sages are their own color, right? They don't look like, but they're also, I mean, I have them. Hold on. I mean, they're like, I want to say they're gray, but they're not. They're like a brownish gray, if that makes sense. They're like a brownish gray, but they do have that MX pattern on some of it. They have that mix. To be honest with you, I like the Sulfurs better. I like the Sulfurs better. I definitely think that they're easier to style with these. With like a natural color t-shirt with a pair of black sweats or black shorts. Call it a day. I think they match with the fog. What? What do you mean? What matches with the fog? These? With the fog unions? Different gray altogether, if that's what you mean. And then we have, so this is coming out. This is going to be a complete brick. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. That these will be a complete brick. I like them, but I like the color, but just not the shoe. Running 2 Nobles, 2 Valors, 1 Dark AIO. Dark AIO. Is that a beta bot? Is that in beta? Never heard of that one. Let's see if we can find some information on that. Dark AIO. Five bands? What? What is 5 bands? Dark AIO. What? Is Noble now? Really? Really? And what is Dark known for? Linear? Okay. Got you. Is Cheg I've never heard of Cheg. You heard Stellar hits? I used to do very well on Stellar. I always hit on Stellar. I hit Walmart, I hit Target, I hit Best Buy. I used to hit consistently on Stellar. Consistently. There's just so many running users. So many. Mech or Wrath for foams. Mech. I'm always going to go with Mech. Mech is a true YS bot. Stellar been the best for me. Great to start on. Absolutely. Stellar hits YS now? Stop it. Yeah, but their name isn't in the discussion. When you see a bot like Stellar that has thousands of running users and they're not in the drop recaps, they may hit it, but they don't do very well. That's like comparing them to Balco. I've never used it, but would like to try Mech. Yeah, Mech is on point. Mech is on point. Hopefully I can hit this renewal. It's been a dry month. I think I'm doing pretty well for, I mean, I'm at 40 checkouts for the month. And we got 2 weeks to go left in the competition. And it's been a dry month. So I'm hoping that a lot of people have, you know, a little bit of checkouts too. Low key, Whatbot seems to be king. Yeah, no, for sure. They just did a group buy for 650, but crypto only in AK. I'm just on my, it's going to go public next month, and I think that we're going to get better opportunities at that point to grab it for less. Tried Stellar on YS and it failed. I think it should stick to what it's good at and stick to retail. I don't know why it would start now going into shoes. You know what I mean? MechDev gives almost all monthlies a key at the end. Not me. This is my second round. I had 140 checkouts last month and didn't get a key. Well, maybe he doesn't like me then. Maybe he doesn't like me. Because I never got a key. So, we'll see. Mech is rentable, yes. You can rent Mech. I'm actually thinking about grabbing, selling a few personals of mine and grabbing Valor before it pushes its automation. It's about to drop Best Buy and automation in the next few weeks. I think prices are going to go up from there. Not quite sure. So we got these. Just run ACO on hats and Sulfur. Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to do. I did ACO for Final Mouse and for Unions, but of course Unions didn't work. I'll run ACO for Amamanier. And any other drop where I'm able to grab a few. I don't know if it's the same Dark AIO, but if it is, it was on top 25 worst of the year in the world of sneakers thread in 2020 for being a bot made of cracked codes from all other popular bots. Huh. Somebody was in here not too long ago. I can't even remember. I mean, I wouldn't say their name even if I did remember it. But they were talking about they only run cracked bots. That's it. That's all they run. There's a Discord where they buy crack bots and the guy's able to update them too at the same time. The way that I see it is if I spend all my time as a developer developing a bot, then I definitely believe I should reap the benefits of selling that bot. You know what I mean? So, I mean, but that's just like anything else. I mean, you'll get the people that say, "Oh, these guys are millionaires anyways," and all of that, but and I guess when you look at it, it's the same as like movie stars, right? On burnt DVDs or burnt VHS tapes back in the day. You know, the money's not going to them. But however you get it doesn't matter to me, as long as you know, you're a good person and you don't scam people. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me any at all. But that was actually news to me. I was surprised by that news. I didn't know that there was actually a market for cracked bots. That could be it, because I was told it could never be updated. They merged with Noble, so Dark is done with. Oh, okay. So they bought out Dark completely, then, is what you're saying, and then they merged together. I run a few cracked things, but I think I would never use that crack as a bot. Your info is in these bots, so good luck on that. Right, and that's what I was told in the very beginning, was that they can hack and look into your information like whenever they want. But I think that's with any bot. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me that Mike can't go in and see my profiles, right? Or can he? I don't know. I guess I don't. I'm not gonna talk on the subject because I don't really know. Got it for free, and from that I got 2 instances of Noble, which is Legacy. Gotcha. Dark is a dev, and Noble, he's good people. Okay. Yeah, and Sizzle moved over from Prism. He is a Noble dev as well, and I know that in Sizzle's good people too. The biggest thing is the updates, right? Like, look, at the end of the day, like, say that union update, right? Say everybody was running crack bots on Bulko or some shit like that, and they pushed an update for unions, and you had like 15 minutes to set up again. Like, would you be able to? If you got 1,000 customers, you're going to manually be able to update everybody? Like, no, right? There's no way. Was there a live cop for the Union 2's? No, so there was, but I had to get off and delete it because I displayed my credit card information by accident. What does cracked mean? Cracked is like when they hack into the bot and make it so you don't need to pay for the bot. Like they take it, they hack it, and then they just put it on like unlimited mode. Right? So they can run it whenever they want. They don't have to pay renewal fees. They can sell it and that person can use it whenever they want. But you don't get, I don't think you get Discord access, and the updates they have to do manually versus how the bot just does it now, like normal by itself. That's what she said. Yeah, that's what she says. Software that is pirated. How well did you do? Drop was shocked as fuck. We struggled. Everyone in here struggled for a while, and then everybody was a lot smarter than me, and they kept their checkout windows open from the first drop. So when they, about 2 or 3 minutes before 12:30 on the second drop, everybody just hit pay now, and they all started checking out. And I was stuck because I already deleted my windows. So I was in my history trying to look for, you know, the link that would take me back to the checkout, and I couldn't find it. Well, I could find it, but it wouldn't take me back. Clicking on the site only brought up the shoe. It never brought up the sizes for me. And then AK dropped the link to go back to where my cart was, and I was able to check out the Rata pair in a 9.5. In a 9.5. But listen, I'm all for that that 100% manual drop. I love that. I mean, I know Bulko took stock on the second one, but that was a fun drop. That was a fun drop. There's no feeling in the world. I mean, it feels good when you check out on a bot, right? But the feeling is completely different when you're able to manually check out a hype shoe like that, 100% manual. And you could tell that it was a manual drop because people that were late to getting into queue on the first drop, like 30, 60 seconds late, their queue time was like 5, 7, 10 minutes, something like that. On the dunk drop, if you were 30 seconds late, you had a 50-minute queue. And I'm being generous. I'm being generous on the times. Yeah, Union was a fun drop. Yeah, it was a fun drop for sure. It was a fun drop. Amamanier may take a page out of their book, so I'm assuming that all bots will now be updated for this new URL checkout process. So I'm gonna run ACO for the Amamaniers because I'm not getting a pair for myself. I may, but I don't think they're gonna do very well at all. Noble's good for restocks. I mean, some of these restocks are Noble exclusives. I don't see any other bot checking out at all but Noble and Kylan. That's it. Still have like 9 pending charges. Yeah, I have 2. When did the Amamaniers release? The end of the month. The end of the month? Hold on. Oh, wow. So the Onyxes are coming out in June. May. Green glows. Here, let me see. I think to the end of the... What am I? Amamanier. Everyone who ran dunks on Union had hella tasks. That's why Q was so high. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But that's how you know it was a bot release. There were some manual checkouts, but majority of stock was taken by bots. That's how you know the difference between this release and the dunk release. Yeah, so we got, it looks like Amamaniers on the 29th. So not this Saturday, but next, not this Friday, but next Friday. You always get a personal. I know I do. I'm about to start selling some of my personals. I want to grab Valor. I was thinking about selling the Ungrateful, the Grateful Deads. The Grateful Deads and maybe the Pata, the teal Patas, the blue ones. Since I got the blueprints now, I don't really need two of those. But yeah, so it looks like we got a bunch of mids, a bunch more bricks, and then we got the 2's. They may drop the fog pair. Supposedly the Radas was a Union exclusives. Big no ungratefuls. I know. I think they're going to be a great hold. I think a year from now they'll be a $2,000 shoe. And the only thing I did on mine was change the laces to the blue pair. Numbers on the 2's look good. Which ones? These, the Amamineers? Chef April, you run ACO in your Discord. I do run ACO in my Discord, but I'm only doing it for the checkout so I can win mech renewal. If I'm able to secure mech, then the ACOs will stop as far as being free is concerned. I may do some free for like Teflar or drops that don't have much profit. But if I'm going to be running like unions or shit like that for people, then it's going to be a paid ACO. But to be honest with you, I don't like doing ACO. I don't like doing it, but I want the checkouts. And in order to not be a hypocrite, I'm going to do it. I do it for my Discord for free, just for the checkouts. So that way I'm not using them. You know what I mean? That way they're able to potentially get a pair for free. And I'm able to get a checkout in the process and we both win. But once the renewal is over, I don't really like doing ACO. It's a lot of work to set up and you want to hit for people and you get more upset when you don't because other people, you know, their W's are in your hands as well. So, surprised you didn't get the extension for mech. Yeah, I know. I mean, I didn't do very well. I got like 137, I think, somewhere in there. Rod hits it every time though. Rod is a lot better at me at Shopify. How much is mech? $300. It's retail. It is retail. Jordan 2's. No picture yet. No way. Oh, okay. So there hasn't even been a single pair sold yet. So it's really hard to gauge this yet. Monthly after that, I'm not sure. I think it may be 40 or 50 bucks a month. That's generally the consensus. It's like 40 or 50 bucks, something like that. All right, so that's going to be that. The Amamineers on next Friday, it looks like. Yeah, the 29th, next Friday. I think Amamineer will be USA or North America only. I don't know. I think last time it was worldwide, wasn't it? The Retro 1172 10s for May. I need a personal. Where are those at? Oh, I haven't even seen or heard about these Jordan 2. It's my first time. Yeah, they just copied the ones. It's crazy because they put all that work, and you could tell they did a really good job on designing the 3's, and they did a really good job designing the 1's. And then I guess, I'm almost guessing what happened was Jordan Brand said, this is the year of the 2's. We're pushing all 2's. All collabs are going to be 2's. Union's getting a 2, and you're getting a 2, and that's it. And I'm on Meneer's like, bro, fuck 2's. we're not going to do this. We don't want to do this. Bam. There you go. Slap the same colorway on the 2's and the 1's. So that's what I'm thinking happened. They're like, you can choose the design, but we're choosing the silhouette, and you can't do anything about it. So they're like, okay, no problem. And they talk to the designer. They're like, hey, put the 1 design on the 2's and then go home. And they're like, all right, no problem. And then bam, you get this. You get these chunky, dunky, fucking big ass moon boot 2's. These look way bigger than the Union 2's. Way bigger than the Union. I don't know what Union did to their 2's, but they definitely did something to make them look a lot less bulky, for sure. What's a better buy, Mech or Valor? It depends on what you want to run. Valor absolutely destroys YS right now, but so does Mech. Mech just has a lot of users running, but Mech also kills Shopify, and Valor does not. Valor's okay on Shop, but it doesn't do... It's hard to gauge because Valor and Mech have 2 polar opposite user bases. One has an extremely low user base, and the other has an extremely high user base. Everyone runs Shopify on Mech. Hardly anyone runs Shopify on Valor. Is Wrath good? Wrath is good. Wrath is good. It is the most well-rounded AIO bot that's out. Let's put it like that. It does okay on everything. That's a better way to explain Wrath. It does good on Best Buy. It does good on Foot Sites. It does good on YS. It does good on Shopify. But it's not like, oh my God, bro, it absolutely crushed this. It doesn't. It's not like that all the time. Some releases, yes, but not all. Where on the other hand, when you go to look for Shopify checkouts, you go to Mech first, and then you go to Balco. There are many other bots that will easily replace the Wrath retail portion. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. But you see, that just goes to show you how fair Jason is, right? So other devs, they would, like, look at Prism, for example. They made an entirely different bot for retail. And Jason just threw it in with Wrath. I think that's the better part. You know what I mean? Especially when your bot isn't doing as well as it used to. You know what I mean? For you to just go make a second bot, a completely different bot, and charge people retail plus renewal fees for that bot, I don't think that's fair. Just being honest. You know what I mean? Like Prism used to be a $6,000 bot. And then all of a sudden it's doing lackluster in YS, and it's doing lackluster on Foot Sites, and it's not doing very well on Shopify. And instead of saying, you know what, guys, we're going to throw in Best Buy and AMD, they go, hey guys, we just made a new bot and it's $300 and $50 a month if you want it. Like this comment and we'll do a raffle or some shit like that. But whatever. Threw an extra instance on Wrath. Exactly. Jason's you can tell Jason, good dude. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't say anything about Prism devs. Just probably nobody really wanted Prism, so they weren't making money. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people stopped running Prism. They sold Prism. So the renewal fees probably went way down. So I'm assuming they created the second bot to get more money income in order to continue to push updates for Prism. Have you tried the new Balance bot Haya? I have. A couple people in the chat run Haya as well. I never had any luck with it. I also only ran it twice. But I let it go. So, Union 2's will drop on Shopify. There's no sneaker or sneaker drop this week for them, but it'll be your normal Shopify drop. It looks like your Kith, your Concepts, your BBIC, your regular Shopify sites. And then if I made a bot, I honestly would only sell 100 copies just to keep my bot goated, because you write everybody. But here's the thing. If you only sell 100 copies and your bot is great, everyone's going to make money off of you. Because if I buy your bot at $300 and your bot kills everything and it shoots up to $3,000, right? Everybody's going to want that bot, right? The people in your Discord are just going to sell that bot. They're going to make $2,700 every time someone sells it. It's going to go into their pocket and you're not going to make any money. So you're just going to keep pushing updates and shit like that for free? You know what I mean? Or just make $50 a month on 100 renewals. So what's that? $5,000 a month? And don't forget, you still got to run the bot. I mean, that's your job. You still got to push updates, and it may not be goated forever. I believe that you start off small, and when your bot takes off and it starts banging, you open the gates. You know what I mean? And because you turn around, Shopify pushes an update, your bot is obsolete now. Your bot no longer works. We see it all the time. Footsites pushes an update, that's it, you're done, 0 checkouts. Now your bot isn't goated. Nobody cares about your bot. Nobody's talking about your bot, and now your bot won't sell renewal keys. So that's I believe is the best way to do it. Start small, give it to a couple chefs that you know do well, let them cook, throw some success up on Twitter, get everybody talking, bang out a release like Knight did. Remember on those hyper royals when everybody was talking about it, they had a bypass on Footsites. They absolutely destroyed the release, and they haven't done anything since. Not a single thing. But I bet you they made a lot of fucking money off that release. Because they hit that release, they banged, and then they turned the switch on and opened up renewal key heaven and let 1,000 people in at $300 a key, and then shut the door and haven't done anything since. High is good on Snipes, Foots, NB, plus it kills Walmart, Target, and Amazon as long as you know what you're doing. No, absolutely. I see people cook with it all the time. No doubt about it. And I sold it literally the day before they pushed the update for the new UI. Yeah, their bypass got clipped. Generally, they do. Did you hear about the fly bypass supposedly illegal? I did, but again, that's something that I have to raise the question. And what part of what we do is legal? Nothing of what we do is even sanctioned. It's not controlled in any way. I mean, you honestly think, in the world of retail, the bots that we run aren't sold on the open. They're not public companies. They're not, I don't know how legal it is what we do to begin with. You know what I mean? We're using a bunch of proxies to fake our locations, to get in and buy multiples of different, of course they're pissed, because once in a while, or one, you know what I mean? It is one thing, but you're not playing fair. There's I guess, okay, so look, perfect example, right? Like if you go to prison and you're in a gang, when you're in prison, you don't fly your flag. Everyone gets along. It's like an unspoken rule. You know what I mean? So the unspoken rule, I'm assuming with these bots is that everyone wants to be the best, but bypasses are a once in a while thing. It's not something you're supposed to run every single drop and take all the shoes on every site and leave everyone else without shoes. It's not good etiquette. Because, yeah, devs are pissed for sure. Justin definitely went on a rant about it. I know Prism devs were pissed too. But everything we do is gray. Everything we do is in a gray area. All right, so let's see. Just want to double check the sites that it looks like these unions are on. What they mean by illegal is as in hacking. Oh, it is illegal to hack a site to access it. That is what they did. Hack a site. But you got to explain that though. What does hack a site mean? Because a bypass is getting past the queue. But how do you hack a site? Like, you mean go in where you can see people's information type thing? Is that what that means? Because I would assume any bypass is kind of like you're hacking the queue system to get past it. We got to make a bot or a proxy company to make the real bread. Yeah. That people are dead. But see, here's the thing. They were able to get into their system and get their password early. I see. Okay. That makes sense. I got you. I got you. But I mean, I think that type of stuff happens all the time. Like how we get early links, like for the union drops and things like that. People pass out early links before the drop all the time. But that is fucked up though. I heard making the actual bot or proxy company where the real money at. Well, sure, but here's the thing. You got to be good at what you do. And in order to be good at what you do, you have to not only be transparent, but you have to be a good person and you have to have a quality product. You can't name a single company that is still in business that does well, that doesn't have a transparent staff that lets their clients know exactly what's going on, when it's going on, and how it's going on. 2, that are good people, that when things go wrong or south, they take the blame and they do what they're supposed to do. And 3, their proxies are quality. They're good to some extent because there's so much competition. There's so much competition. What makes my proxy different from yours? That's the thing. It's just such a saturated market. I look at some of these group buys because AK gets literally every group buy that there is. And I look at the names of some of these companies, bro, and I've never heard of 60% of them. I've never heard of. Zebra proxies, light proxies, blue proxies, up proxies, mic proxies, phone proxies. I mean, there's a fucking proxy company on every corner. Every corner. Our bots don't hack, just gives an advantage. What we do is like cheating in a casino. It's not illegal, but frowned upon. Sure. Yeah, it had to be like an unwritten rule, like you said, because Justin was pissed. Yeah, they were. Cheating in a casino is very illegal. AK gets live. Of course AK gets live. I hope that shop automation he works on goes crazy. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Mech is a true Shopify bot. Right? Valor is not. So that's like Prism's automation. Prism's automation's great. It creates tasks very quickly. It picks up on almost everything that you put in. It never really usually has any issues. But it's not a shop bot. So it doesn't really do well when the tasks are created. It doesn't do very well. Are you able to add shipping rates to custom sites on Mac? I think so. Let me see something. I'll tell you right now. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to do it. But what was I saying? When I start buying in December, it was Oculus, Heaven, Surge, Live, and maybe 3 to 5 more. Now I see 30 plus new proxy companies. Shit, more than 30. More than 30. Kyle, app only. Jump on the Discord and ask. I've never done it. To be honest with you, shipping rates are not that serious. If you can't get them, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. I check out with them. I check out without them all the time. Well, I know that proxy companies get ISP for like 60 cents and sell them for $2. Well, sure, I don't doubt that there's not money to be made. You just have to separate yourselves from the competition, right? You have to make a name for yourself. You have to be really good at what you do, at least for a little while, until people know who you are, right? If I start a proxy company tomorrow called Kicks and Bricks Proxies, right? What is going to separate me from Proxy Heaven or Oculus or Red Dirt? Nothing. How I market my proxies is going to be everything. And making sure that they're good and they're quality, and that I don't fucking resell the same proxies to multiple people like scumbags. There's a lot of money to be made in this industry. And I believe that there's so many shady people looking to grab your money and take advantage of you, that as long as you're a good fucking person and you treat people with respect and decency, that you'll make money here. Whether you create a Discord, whether you create a YouTube channel, whatever the case may be, a proxy company, a Gmail company, because people believe in what you say. When they know you're a good person and you stand by what you say, then they fuck with you, because there's so many scumbags, bro, that they're completely opposite. Have you run into the other reseller named Kicks and Bricks? I haven't, no. I researched that name on YouTube before I took it, and there's like one video from like 5 years ago. I'm trying to remember. It was one vid, and it wasn't even about shoes. It was about something else. It was like some lady sitting at a desk or some shit like that. But nobody has my name on YouTube, from what I can see at least. My name is the only one that pops up on YouTube under Kicks and Bricks. What am I running for the runners? 2 Valors, 2 Mechs, and a Prism. And maybe Wrath and Night. I'm not sure yet. I may throw Wrath and Night on a daily server from Sauce. Oh, by the way, guys, so I just switched over. So I'm old school. And when something works for me, I don't usually like to change it. Oculus was running me about $180 a month, and then Sauce extended their hand and decided to, you know, partner up with me, and I switched over to them, and I got to tell you, I like them more than Oculus servers. And I'm paying $60 or $70 less for the same exact server. So if you guys need a server, whether it's a monthly or whether it's a daily for drops, they do daily servers too for like $7 or $12. Here, let me pull it up real quick. KNB25, the link is in the description. The code is in the description as well. Grab them, bro. I'm telling you now that they're good. I run Prism and Valor on them, and I run U-Sneakers on them as well, and they don't give me any issues. Any issues at all. What proxies am I running? I'm running all Heaven, so I'm running 1,052 ISPs, all Proxy Heaven, split between 5 bots, and I'm running Wolf Resis, Diamond Resis, and Leaf Resis. I have 2 instances of Wrath. I'm running them in Stellar. Nice. Yeah, I just heard for the first time now that Stellar is running YS. Damn, I would like them too. Like what too? Wait, what did I miss? What proxies from Amazon servers and daily servers? Wait, what's different from Amazon servers? So Amazon, if I'm correct, because I did it in the beginning, Amazon you have to pay by the minute, right? on AWS. And you have to shut it off every time. And you can only run it during the drop. You can't run it 24/7. You have to keep them up. With Sauce, you just buy it and it's unlimited. You can run it the entire day or however long you're allotted for a daily. Okay, yeah, so for AWS, you pay by the hour. So say for instance, for the zebras, it's a 2-hour drop. You know what I mean? With Sauce, you pay like $7 for the entire drop or $8 for the entire drop. Switching from server to another, don't you have to redo all your bot like profiles? No, absolutely not. You export. Every single bot has an export button. You hit export, you pull the file, you copy and paste the file onto your local host, you open up your new server, and then you copy and paste that file into your server. You download the bot and you import that file right into your bot. Done and done. It took me 8 minutes to do 3 bots onto my new server and I was done. Trying to figure out why the fuck Wrath crashes my internet. It's not meant to. Are you running local? I'm trying to daily for foams. I might buy extra instances of Valor. Yeah. Eric, look, 23, 239, 47 cents per IP, 24, 135. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's not bad. But are those good proxies? What I mean is that what are those, like Virginia based ISPs, like normal subnets? If you leave that Amazon server on, you'll lose your house. I know someone, I went on vacation and left this Amazon server. Exactly. And doesn't your IP change every time? So you have to set up your bot on your local host, get all your tasks, get all your profiles, do all that, and then export it, open up AWS, put your file on there, then download the bot, then import it, and then do that. Fuck that, dude. I'll pay $111 a month. My server can handle 3 bots, no problem. And I can leave it on for restocks. I can leave it on for shock drops. I can leave it on to look at Pornhub. I can leave it on 24/7, and I never have to worry about it. And it's a monster server for $110. Wrath is way more resource intensive than Mech is. Always has been. Should I grab 10 gigabytes of donut proxies? I wouldn't. I don't run donut. I would jump on Wolf, Leaf, or Diamond before donut any day of the week. Well, you can host your sub anywhere you get your server, so you can do VA or Chicago. That's actually not bad, but I also believe that it's a lot of work to do too, right? Don't you have to maintain the proxies? You got to watch them, you got to swap them out, you got to market the proxies, you got to make sure they're clean. I mean, there's got to be something else other than going and buying a bunch of proxies and then just selling them, right? There's some work on your end to some extent, isn't there? But I don't get daily servers. Neither do I. I get 24/7 servers. I've never bought a daily before at all. I think it does change every time you restart. Exactly. So if you're running Oculus proxies, every time you restart, you have to go in and change your shit. You know what I mean? If on local, make sure your CPU is good and have plenty of RAM. Guys, I did a test. So I have almost 1,000 megabyte per second internet upload or download, whichever one is the first one, which is pretty decent. It's like 890. I did a test on Mech automation, and the people in my Discord, they know because I posted the results of the test yesterday. So running automation side by side, same exact keywords on my automation as my local host versus same exact keywords on my automation on my server. 48 seconds. Task creation was 48 seconds faster on my server than it was on my local host. And I don't run anything on my local host other than Mech local, and I run 2 or 3 tasks. That's it. But 48 seconds faster. Captcha speed 12 seconds. Captchas loaded 12 seconds faster on my server instance of Mech than it did on my local host. I ran 40 tasks on undefeated. Now I get it, undefeated cancels, but that's not what we're talking about here. 40 tasks on undefeated on my local host for almost 20 minutes with no checkouts on a restock. I switched over to my server. I ran, I think, 14 or 15 tasks for 3 minutes, and I checked out one. I'm telling you, if you don't see it, there's a huge difference on running a bot on your server versus on local host. A huge difference. If you don't think that there is, run that test. Run the test. Get a server for a week, get a couple dailies, or rent a daily for 7 days in a row or whatever, and test it. I guarantee you see a major difference in speed. Even when you start your tasks, if I start my tasks on local versus on my server, it gets to monitoring way faster. Right, if you have auth proxy, you have to change every time, right? AWS has an option to create an elastic IP. Okay. That's actually good news. I didn't know that. Dude, I have 64 gigabytes of fast RAM, 5860 task crashes my internet of wrath. I have gig speed internet. I don't know. I used to run foot sites on Wrath on my local. I used to run like 400 or 500 tasks and be perfectly fine. $47 for 10 gigabytes. Yeah. And I hit restocks on Leaf. I run Leaf Resis on restocks for Shopify because most sites, they may not put up checkpoint, but they throttle the fuck out of my ISPs, especially when I'm running them for 10-15 minutes. I use retail or Shopify fast for Leaf. I smoke them 100%. I just hit the Joe Fresh, the 2002 Rs on Shop Nice on a restock, running Leaf fast proxies. A lot of work, but once you get the knowledge is easier. The easy part is managing the subnet. The hard is setting up and making it work. Exactly. So I mean, I believe that it's worth it. You know what I mean? If you spend your entire waking hours working on proxies and ISPs to make sure you have a quality product, then I believe you deserve to make that money. What's crashing your internet? It's not the bot, it's the resis. You need a new router. See, I don't know anything about that. So I would maybe research what Eric is talking about. Because I had no issues. I don't run resis on restocks for foot sites, but because generally my automations, when they start on my subnet. But I never had an issue with Wrath on my local. Do your Gmails get flagged sometimes? I had 4 get burned, but bought from C provider. Yeah. Google just does their rounds. That's just part of the game. Normally, at least the providers I buy from, they reissue new ones. I ran 800 tasks on Wrath. YS foot sites on a Ryzen 5 3600, 32 gigabytes, never crash. Now TSB is another story. I mean, every bot is more resource intensive. It's different. You know, it's just really going to depend. Guys, if you haven't already, if you're brand new here, just joining, smash that like button for me, please. Let's run it up. We're just hanging out today, chopping it up on this Easter Sunday. Smash that subscribe button, guys. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. 1,000. We are going to do a giveaway at 1,000. I just don't know what yet. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do yet. I'm still figuring it out, but I have some time. And also, guys, if you're new here and you need help setting up bots for drops, and you need more than just my live setups that come once or twice a week. You need more hands-on creating tasks, setting up Gmail harvesters, farming proxies, things like that. We do have a Discord. Me and Rod run it. He's off today, but he's amazing. He's my support guy. I go to him for questions as well. It is $10 a month and $10 initial and $10 every month after that. So it's in the description if you guys want to join. More than happy to help you guys out. Be careful of Gmail providers. Quality is important. I don't buy from that bad Gmail provider. Yeah. To be honest, I only buy aged Gmails and I use my own proxies. I find that I get clipped a lot less when I buy 2008s from a provider and they've never touched a proxy before. And then because we don't know what these guys are doing to farm these to get these to 1 clicks. I mean, think about it, right? If I got a foam drop coming and I only have 100 Gmails that are 1 clicks, what's stopping them from buying 1,000 more, throwing proxies on and farming them for 24/7 for a week just to get them to try to get as many to 1 click as possible? But they're destroying, you know what I mean? Google's freaking out on the back end, you know, because to be honest with you, I bought 10 from a provider less than 2 weeks ago. Out of those 10, 8 got clipped. They got renewed, they got replaced, and out of those 8, they got clipped again. So I won't be buying from them anymore. I'm not going to shout them out, but I'm not going to be buying from them anymore. I do have an Oculus server. Oculus server is not bad, but what I'm saying is Sauce is cheaper for the same, and it works better. That's what I just switched from. I was paying $175 for a godlike, and I switched over to a Sauce, the Sauce server, the equivalent of the godlike, and I'm paying $111 with the 25% discount. Better to have as AYCD since it won't show a change session. Right. And I also go in now and accept that session. So when I log into Inbot, I go into AYCD, I open up a browser, I go to Gmail, and I click accept on that security alert. I have Heaven Gmails and Porter captures. Yeah, I have Heaven. I'm running. So this drop this Saturday for foams. My initial harvesters on all my bots are Heaven. We're going to see they're all Heaven farmed. They're not aged Heaven. They are Heaven farmed with their capture proxies. I'm starting off with all of them. I have that much faith in them, so hopefully they do me right. Now my backups are personals and other companies, but my initials that are going to be open up at the very beginning of the drop are all Heaven farmed. Foams is not Thursday. Right. Friday. I don't know. Everybody's saying 22nd, 23rd. I don't want it to be Friday because we have unions on Friday and it's just going to be a shit show. But I mean, regardless of whatever's dropping, all of my attention is going towards foams. That's going to be the least amount of risk, the least amount of capital spent, and the most amount of profit to be made is going to be foam runners. I'll run automations in the background for unions and call it a day. How long do you think the drop will be? Will it be as hard as the potato knit runners? It'll be just as short, I'm sure. It may be a little bit longer. Foam runner drops usually last about 10 or 12 minutes. They don't last long at all. We'll do a setup video a little bit further on in the week to help you guys out. Wait is YS. Yeah, it's Friday or Saturday. When you migrate servers, does it carry over the harvester sessions? Only Valor carries over the session itself. You have to relog into most of other bots. I don't know how Valor does it, but you're able to export and import anywhere and it keeps the same Gmail session. I rent my bots daily, so let's hope it's the 22nd. That's brutal. Why not rent them by the month or at least by the week? You find somebody good in Botmart or an RA. I used to rent Mech and Balco for $200 a month for both of them. Why don't they last long? Because of stock numbers? Does people pass splash quicker? No, it's just that everybody triples and quadruples their setup for foam runners. If they're running 2 or 3 or 5 bots for zebras, they're running 10, 15, 20 bots for foam runners. Running Mech and Toru with 18 profiles and 13 Gmails. Is there hope to hit a 30 clip? No. No. Dailies are cheap. It's easy to make money on that setup. Absolutely. Oh, you mean, okay, so you don't, okay, I got you. So you wait till the day of the drop and then rent the bot. Or you wait till the day before and then rent it for that day. You don't rent it for the week, like every day. Okay, I'm going to run restocks today. I'm going to run restocks tomorrow. That's what I thought you meant. No, yeah, absolutely. You can't beat that price then. And with weeklies and monthlies, I usually don't even use them, but only a few times a drop. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you don't, I run restocks 24/7. So I have my things running all the time. So it makes running 4 instances of mech. Yeah, I mean, mech is hit or miss for me. One instance will kill it, the next instant won't. I mean, it's just, I don't know. But guys, that pretty much sums up the video for today. We talked about really all the drops that are going to be happening. We may get a few surprises throughout the week on Nike. Maybe Footsites will drop a dunk or two or something like that. But yeah, I mean, we got those wavy babies tomorrow on the Mschf app. We got foam runners and unions possibly on the same day on Friday, or unions on Friday and foam runners on Saturday. 10 instances of what bot? That'll do it. That'll do it. If I had a mech monthly, I would look into doing automation. Yeah, I mean, there's no point if you're only going to rent it for major drops. You know what I mean? But listen, at the end of the day, however you decide to approach botting, as long as you don't spend, you know, you go all in like I did, you're going to be okay. I mean, I went all in. I spent 10 grand my first month. I had 5 or 6 different proxy providers. I had 100 Gmails. I bought Prism at almost 6 racks. I bought servers. I joined 3 or 4 cook groups. I was an absolute moron. And I didn't hit shit because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And it took me so long and so much more money to figure this shit out, which is why I do what I do. If I can help you guys understand the process and get you guys to where you can spend the least amount of money to make the most, I'm okay with that. Even if I don't hit, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. I don't always, I hit enough. I do well enough. How many can I hit if I can't do 30? Here's the thing, there's no telling. Toru is not in the conversation of one of the top YS bots. What else did you say you were running? Hold on, let me look back up. Mech does well, yes, but you're running 3 bots with 13 Gmails. I'm assuming you're running 2 instances of Mech and 1 of Toru, but you don't even have any backup Gmails. So what happens if you don't pass Splash on Mech? What are you going to change it out with? What are you going to do? I run 12 Gmails per bot on a drop like foam runners. Per bot. I have 60 Gmails set aside for this Saturday or this Friday, whenever foams are dropping. 60. 4 per bot initial. After 5 minutes, if they don't pass Splash, I open up 4 new ones and I shut the other ones down and I cycle out until I start hearing those tings. But I mean, if firewall is down and you don't have a bunch of ISPs, you're not going to hit anyways. Gmails will not be the move. I mean, Resis will not be the move. And your Gmails have to be good. There's no telling. Everybody in here watched me struggle on the Zebra drop. Those Gmails were the same Gmails that I smoked 27 pairs of slides on. The same Gmails I hit 5 or 6 of the wave runners at the very end after they stopped that SMS crap. The same. And then all of a sudden I run those and there's nothing happens for an hour. Nothing happens for an hour. I'm staring at blank screens for an hour. You just never know. You can never know. No one has the sauce, and if they tell you they do, they're lying. They're lying 100%. No one knows what Gmails are going to do good. No one knows what proxies are going to do good. No one knows how firewalls are going to do. low firewall. No, I'm not saying you can't hit with resis on low firewall. I'm saying ISPs usually take stock very quickly when they're running a low firewall because of the quality of the proxy. Quality task proxy means a lot now in order to pass splash. I know ISPs would probably do better, but I would think since it's low, it would be fairly easy to hit on both. Not necessarily. That zebra drop, everybody was screaming how high the firewall was. ISPs is the only thing that checked out for me. I didn't have one resi checkout. My subnet's the only thing that checked out. Diversify your setup. Get as many Gmails as you possibly can. I always recommend at least one backup set per bot. So for Mech, it's one harvester per task group is what I run. And each task group has no more than 175 tasks in it. For Prism, same thing, 4 or 5 harvesters. And I always have at least one backup. So in case I don't pass splash, I have something I can open up and I can hopefully get past with the second set. I talked to people that were like, oh, bro, I mech killed it for me. And I'm looking at my mech with one pass and 12 Gmails I've used in an hour. And people are checking out 30 with mech. And I'm like, I don't understand. What proxies you use? Oh, I use Heaven proxies. What resis? Oh, I use Wolf resis. Well, I'm using the same shit. And it's not working. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it is. It'll always be like that. There's no reason. Listen, at the end of the day, after every drop, when YouTube shut down, I get my notebook and I write out my setup and I write out what I can change for next drop. So the mistake I made on Zebras is I think that I cycled through my backups way too soon. Because after about 12 minutes or about 15 minutes of that drop, I had all my Gmails I already used. I already opened up all of them. And I think that firewall was still extremely high at that point. So by the time it dropped and they let the floodgates open, my Gmails were already shot. So that's what I think I did. I was not patient. I wasn't patient at all. I need to take into account that 350s, the drop usually lasts an hour plus. There's plenty of stock. And that I should just stay patient with my Gmails and leave them for 30 minutes, 35 minutes before I start changing anything out. That's the mistake that I made. Because people cooked with Mech. They did well. A lot didn't, though. But that's going to be it, guys. Winding down. How do you switch them out? You open up new ones and you close the old ones out. So always open new first and then you close the old, right? So it doesn't matter what bot you're running. If you're not passing splash, you open up new harvesters and you shut down the ones that you've been running and you just wait. Because you can't stop the cycle. Your tasks are constantly requesting V3s. So if you shut them all down and your task goes to request and there's nothing there, you're stuck. You're going to have to restart all your tasks and it's going to suck. So, but I'm out, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone coming in, hanging out, chopping it up with me. We'll see. I'll post up. Is it bad to farm Gmails on a 100 pack? That's what I'm doing. So I just switched some of my Gmails, my proxies. I'm running 50 on Heaven ISPs. I'm running 50 with Heaven Capture proxies. And I'm running the rest of them on Godlike and my subnet. And we're going to test it out and see which does better. But no, Heaven ISPs is all I use. All I use. And from someone who does very well told me that they've been farming with regular Heaven ISPs since they started botting and they always do well on YS. So that's the reason why I did that. But I'm out, guys. I hope you have the rest of a good evening. Don't forget, spend some time with some family. Don't forget the reason why we work so hard and we do this is for them. I hope everyone is well. Stay safe tonight. No drinking and driving. If anyone needs anything, if you're drunk and you can't get somewhere, instead of driving, message me. I will 100% Uber you or Lyft you wherever you need to go. Do not get in the car tonight drunk. If you're going to a party or going to get drunk or doing anything like that and you need a ride, don't drive. Message me. I will get you where you need to go. I hope everyone has a great day. Keep smash the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. If you need help with bots, setting up drops, join the Discord. It's a great group. It's $10 a month. That's literally nothing in this industry. It's a number 8 at checkers. And if you don't like it, just cancel. You pay $10, you get a month of information, and you don't ever got to worry about it again. But keep an eye out on my YouTube, and I will, you'll see my thumbnail for my next live. All right. Everyone have a great